Hey, man, we here, man. View 27.
We getting right into it. No music.
Yeah, Spence. Skinny. Ivan.
What's good?
Macho. Wifey got a ear infection, man. So
hey man, her medical information, man.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her. Shout out to her, man. You know, she'll bounce back. Man, we got some royalty up in here, man. That's a legend.
Oh yeah,
a legend.
Thanks for having me.
I actually see 5 of us.
I heard that. I heard that. I'm gonna let this brother. Man, who was Henry Thorns? Who was Hen Hen?
A black man. A black man.
Okay.
That then did what?
You name it, bruh. We gotta remember, I'm born in 1960. So I'm a Martin Luther King, I'm a Malcolm X, a Marcus Garvey, I'm a Mr. Booker, Miss Leggett. I'm that kind of person. A Hattie Mae Thorns, my mama, a Henry Stamp. We fighters. You know, we straight out fighters. You know, that's who we are.
So everything is fitting except that Laker hat. No fight.
Well,
no fight now.
Well, I like Curry. You know, LeBron. Don't be surprised LeBron won't be a Golden State Warrior. I wouldn't be surprised.
You gotta go somewhere, man. You know, because a ring ain't gonna be in his sight for. He only got what, good 2 years left, maybe.
He got 2 good years. But if we get him and Westbrook to get along, we can get that title.
I don't know about that.
Not the way Westbrook was playing.
Westbrook bad. LeBron too slow for Westbrook.
AD can't stay healthy. You can't get AD for more than 20 games.
I trade AD. I would trade him and get me 3 youngsters.
You couldn't get 3 Ford Expeditions for AD.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, do what my Spurs did today, man. Just give up the whole team, man.
You can't build around DeJounte Murray, though. You can't build around him.
He a piece.
What are you talking about? He's 25.
You can't build around him.
25 years old.
Y'all gotta start over, man. Y'all gotta break it all down and build it back up.
Sometimes you got to clear the whiteboard, man.
Hey, man, you got to.
So Hen, I gotta ask you, man. I gotta ask you. We said we want to know the truth.
Hey, don't ask me nothing if you don't want the truth, because that's all I'm gonna spit.
So why the community turn their back on you, man, when you ran for governor?
Well,
shit.
You want the we saying the truth, right?
Yeah, let's go.
See, it's all about money.
It's all about getting right to this.
It's all about money, and ain't nothing funny. If you notice, 88.1 was bagging me.
Okay.
Everybody was bagging me at first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, it's called war chest. War chest means money. How much money you got to give somebody to help you win election?
Yeah.
So if you got Lawrence Weekly and you got William McCurdy Jr., the president of the Democrat Party,
yeah,
you know, that's what happened. That's what happened. Because once you get a person in position, they can make other things move.
Yeah.
And if they give, like, say we use these 2 brothers here and say, hey, brother, look, you with Hank. I tell you what, is he paying you? No. Let me pay you. Come go with me. Where you going?
Going with the money.
Because your family home. You know what I'm saying? You got to eat. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to get out there. So they do it during close to election time. So you get that $15, $20, and bam, you're going to vote for whoever they tell you. You know, so that's part of it. Then you have people that put out signs. They make livings on putting out the sign.
Yeah.
So what they'll do, they'll campaign also for those people. And they would take your signs down. You know what I'm saying? So, man, let me tell you, politics is politics.
Politics,
you know,
I heard that.
My community never turned their back on me. The ones who actually turned their back on me is the ones I helped. So imagine, y'all told me keep it real.
Hey, man, come on, man. That's it.
That's the only way I can keep it 100.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? I raised all of them. I even raised Larry Weekly. I raised William McCurdy, Nene. raised them all. Tried to show them what I was doing. But once they see what you doing, it's like crab in the bucket. They want to throw you out while they stay in. I put all the crabs in the bucket. You know what I'm saying? I put everybody in the bucket. I can't get 10 million and watch y'all get hungry.
Right.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I get 10 million, y'all get 8. I'm keeping 2 myself, but 8 getting divided between the parties. You know what I'm saying? Myself. You know, because I don't need nobody coming to get me thinking I'm rich.
It's a fact.
Right? Yeah, but you know, politics, and a lot of people's not born in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
they got that South kind of slavery mentality mind, and we born in Vegas. We don't have that, and now a lot of people that came from the South are here, and they putting that here, and they vote together. Like say you use these churches. Like once upon a time, the churches couldn't get a dime of nonprofit money.
Yeah.
So now President Bush made it possible for churches to get nonprofit money. So now churches ain't about people in the community. It's a business.
That's a fact.
It's a straight up business. When you getting the pastor getting paid, under the pastor getting paid, the usher people getting paid, everybody getting paid, now it become a business. So now that business, it's election time. So the candidates who running for office gonna go talk to these pastors. Hey, let me give you a couple dollars to come talk to your people. Okay, they come in the church and talk to their people. Next thing you know, you got your people supporting them. Now let me ask y'all a question. We've been here a long time. We done been through numerous of city councilmen and county commissioners.
Yeah.
What have you seen done on the West Side since 1991?
I think Weekly put some money into the West Side. He made it look better, for sure. He made it look better.
What have you seen on 89106 since 1991? Shit. Name it. Don't say it. Better tell me.
Starbucks.
I was about to say the commerce over there on Lake Mead. And
They put the feds over there for sure.
For $1.
The MLK statue?
For $1.
Yeah.
All them businesses came over there for $1. We tried to get them businesses. We tried to get that area before Cox, FBI, all that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't give it to us. See, I'm born here. Now, what that park was supposed to become our park for 89106 because they locked us out of Lorenzi Park.
Okay.
See, y'all was youngsters. So that when they locked the gates on us of Lorenzi Park, they dedicated that desert across from the Gershon to be a big park for us. Never happened. That's why we laugh at the what's the little park they built over there for the Black historic people? Have you seen that?
That's the one by
McDonald's.
Yeah.
What a joke!
What part?
It's like a small park, but right between the McDonald's and the
Dollar General.
The Dollar General and the where the Starbucks at? Right behind
El Palo Locos.
Yeah. There's a park over there?
I didn't.
It's a very small park.
I noticed that it had stuff that for a park, but I thought it was just like for sighting, like just for you to like look at. I didn't know it was an actual park. That's crazy.
It's
but it definitely got slides and shit. It do.
It took when they want to take your community. This is what they do.
Damn, they left us that little small area in
the historic signs.
Yes,
historic signs.
Yeah, that's gonna be the only thing left that say black people are living on West Side.
There's some signs.
That sign, right? And guess what? It ain't there for life. They got to staple it down. So in the next 6 months, you can move them on out there and put something else. In the next 2 years, you can move them on out, put Hispanics up there, put white folks on there.
Yeah.
And there we go.
I seen something about they're planning to build a museum on the West Side. But from my knowledge, there is a museum on the West Side.
Yes, you have Gwen Museum on Van Buren.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me tell you, they don't want to rebuild our community with us in it. See, they rebuilding the community with out of towners. That's why the out of town people's not complaining because they feel they're in paradise. They in Las Vegas, and where they from, they probably came from a rat hole. You know what I'm saying? And they living like large over there, so they ain't complaining. We born here, them is rat holes to us. You know what I'm saying? It's time to redevelop that area, put new rooftops on that area when us in the area. Include us in that area.
Yes.
Don't gut us out. And that's why I asked the question, what have you seen since 1991?
I see a bunch of Band-Aids. I haven't seen no change, though.
Yeah.
Would you qualify them tearing down the Gersons as a change?
No. They tore down the Gersons so the traffic could keep flowing through Lake Mead and Martin Luther King so the white folks ain't got to stop at the stop sign.
Yeah, but it was a lot of violence there.
It's a lot of violence on the strip.
Facts. Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
So
Talk your shit.
Do you want to close Caesar's Palace down?
Talk
Do you
your
want to close
shit.
Mandalay Bay down?
Oh, man.
You know
They
what I'm saying?
wasn't shooting down police helicopters over there?
Well, at one time you had to do what you had to
They
do.
was robbing everybody on the strip, though.
No,
They been robbing everybody on the strip. All the tourists was getting robbed. They still ain't talking about that.
They're not going to talk about it. That's where the money at.
See, what you said about the helicopter being shot down, I was probably in the 3rd grade.
When that happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what really happened is the white folks, just like today, January the 6th.
Give us the story, man. Come on.
This is a legendary story.
Yeah,
This is a legendary
Hey,
story.
man,
that
we've never had the story been told.
Never heard
I
the
just know
story.
a helicopter was shot down in the Gerson.
Exclusive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that-
was shot down. But you got, like I said, you got to understand. You know, Las Vegas was a Mississippi of the West.
Still.
It's done got worse because we have let leaders make the people think that we don't count. And when people start looking at us as a race like we don't count,
Yeah.
so if they look at a leader and say, well, he don't care about y'all, so why should I care about you? So look at our community. See, all the redevelopment funding that came into Las Vegas, Dogcatchers Youth Foundation went out there and fought for it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even give Doolittle a penny, scholarships, nothing. To the Dogcatchers Youth Foundation, went to the city hall, went to the county commission, and we fought. They still laughed at us till they saw that 80, 90 people. Now they're like, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, now they get a little nervous. Maybe we ought to help them. But then you have people that looks like us come in and say, forget them Negroes. Let me handle them. And all the funding stops.
So you saying something about he shot down that helicopter? What happened?
Oh, I was getting it to you.
Okay.
They shot down the helicopter because police is beating up people. You know, white folks coming through there threatening people. You know, so they flashed the flashlight one night, and that flashlight went out.
Fucking right.
You know, man, you got to understand Las Vegas. See, everything y'all see, we done had that 2 or 3 times. Y'all didn't know we had casinos, hotels, Big Cove
On the west side.
on the west side.
Yeah.
Moulin Rouge, right? When the Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge.
But there was one bigger than the Moulin Rouge.
the Cove.
The Cove
The Cove was on Jackson.
on Jackson. Yeah.
Imagine Black Wall Street. We had Black Wall Street right here in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
We had Black Wall Street.
Okay.
I can talk now.
Y'all talk, man. Come on.
What's yours,
When
brother?
you get look pretty, come on.
I can talk, man. Oh God. You know, our parents built those houses on the west side.
Okay.
Our grandparents,
Facts.
our mama, daddy. And so the white folks didn't want that area because it was all sticker bush and everything. You know, high trees. It was
Yeah.
terrible. So the white folks said, we don't want it. So they moved the Indians down on Main and Orange. See, all that was Indian land.
Okay.
See, so they took all that from the Indians. Okay, now they moved us on D Street, H Street, Millers, places like that.
The Indians only got a small patch over there now, right? Like it's real small now, right?
Right, right.
It's a real small patch.
They
over
took all the Indian land. The way they weeded out the Indians is the way they trying to weed us out. Here today. Here today.
there. So all they got is that smoke shop. That little area.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know it was that much back there. That's crazy.
You know.
That's all they got.
But when I told you about the bushes, so our parents, you know, it used to be grape trees, apple trees, and all that on the west side.
Pomegranate.
Oh my God.
My people still got a pomegranate tree on the west side.
Oh man.
And that's how we ate. See, that's how we ate, off the trees. Our parents had their own garden.
Peach.
Yes. And one thing about us, would none of us call nobody black. We'll all call each other by their name. Because that's the only way we knew you.
Respect.
We knew you by your name.
By your last name, too.
We knew your whole name. Because when we say Henry Thorns, you notice Henry Thorns.
Yeah.
That's how we used to say Speedy Stephen, Mike Wilson. Now, when we came together, integrated in the 6th grade center, that was my 6th grade center. Now, that's when the white kids was bused to Matt Kelly, Ken Carson, Joe Mackey.
They bust white people on the west side?
6th grade center, my 6th grade center.
That's nice.
I was the first one.
Wow.
My 6th grade. And actually, it was a great thing, and then again, it was a terrible thing. Why it was a great thing? Because you got to meet other race.
Right.
You know, and you got to mingle with them, and some of them was good people. And you still have some of them that was bad.
Yeah.
But them, the one was bad, they just had to get it. You know what I'm saying? And we gave it to them.
Act right.
They know it. You know, we keeping it 100.
Yeah.
They know it. Here today, some of those white kids are still my friends. Here today from 6th grade. Wow. Now, what killed us was this. We had a black community. We didn't have to go to Rancho. We didn't have to go to Main Street. We didn't have to go to Charleston.
They sent all y'all to Vegas, right? In Chaparral?
No, what I'm saying, we didn't have to travel that way because we had everything in our own community. We had grocery stores at 2 or 3 grocery stores.
Yeah.
We had restaurants. You know, it wasn't nothing that we didn't have on the west side. But what happened was, when we integrated, they took all that from us. We had our own baseball league, our own basketball league, everything. Everybody was entrepreneurs. Everybody.
Yeah.
So they took all that away. Every 10, 15 years that you grow, they're going to get that carpet and snatch it right from under you.
That's good.
Every 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
Integration, the illusion of inclusion.
Reconstruction. It's called reconstruction. So after the Civil War, we conquered. See, like I say, I can talk. You had the rebels and you had the Unions. The Union soldiers was the black soldiers in America fighting against the Klan soldiers, which was called the rebels. Right? After the war, we won. The Union soldiers won.
Yeah.
So what they did, the white people was on the Union soldier side who was fighting against the rebels. The rebels and the white folks on the Union got together and conquered the black people. Took their guns and put them in concentration camps. See, that's what happened. Because we owned our own land.
Yes.
We was in suits, booted, hats, everything. White folks was dressing like hillbillies.
Fact, y'all was fly.
You know, and they got jealous. They got jealous. Oh, that black man think he's better than me.
Y'all was taking their women.
That black man messing with my woman.
Yep.
And when they tell that story, what happens?
We die every time.
Donald Trump won the election. What happened? Oh, no, y'all stole the election for him. So what they was ready to do?
Right.
That's why I say the same thing happened January 6th. It's what we facing here today.
Damn.
It's deep.
Now you're born and raised on the West.
I was born
Through and through.
I was born in 4 Miles in Henderson.
Really? I was born in Henderson too. That's crazy.
See,
Y'all ain't real.
What happened? no. What happens?
Like a woman's joint.
Everybody came from Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, migrated. So when they migrated here, they all stopped in Henderson. You weren't allowed to come up here yet. See, you wasn't allowed to come in that desert area I was telling you that they didn't want.
Henderson was like junior first.
Yes.
What they say? What they say? Initially, Bonanza Village was an affluent white community.
Yes, it was.
Correct?
Yes.
That we weren't allowed in.
Exactly. We wasn't. We was not allowed in Bonanza Village. But we was allowed in Bonanza Village number 2.
Across the street.
Yeah, right across the street from Mabel Hogarth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we allowed there, but we wasn't allowed in the big area.
Yeah.
Where's the other Bonanza Village on
Right
Stewart?
across the street.
No,
Yeah.
this is Bonanza Village on Stewart too, right? Or you not talking about that one?
No.
Oh, that's newer. Okay,
the one on the west side, across the street from the 80 God Center.
Oh, I ain't know it was 2 on the west side.
It's
I thought it was
3.
only that one. It's 3 on the west side.
Yeah, it's the rich homes that he's talking about. Then Mabel Hogarth here, across the street from Mabel Hogarth, that's number 2.
Okay.
Across from Thorns, there's over. They call it 3 Street.
Yeah.
That's Bonanza Village number 3. You can actually go up to Twin Lakes and say that's Bonanza number 4.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, according to the knowledge that I've attained, and you know how narratives go, they often say we are the reason the West Side is no longer what it was, or what it was, because you know when Dr. King was assassinated, we burnt down what was ours.
We burned down the Golden West Shopping Center. We burned down. We had a ride before that. See, that was just the second ride. We had a ride in like 1968 when they killed Malcolm X now, Martin Luther King now. So that was all the white guys was coming from San Bernardino to come to Las Vegas and kill all the black folks. You know, that's when our mama had us hiding in the house.
They don't tell that part of the story.
No, they ain't gonna tell you
this
that.
all
That wasn't in
that part of the story.
That one in the pamphlet.
You know, there's a whole lot y'all ain't heard. Because
So the
you
white
know-
folks was coming out here from San Bernardino to try to kill the black folks out here.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We was hiding in our house, barricade the doors and windows. Right, I was in 2nd grade. I was going to Madison at this time. You know,
Not a bitch.
but the white folks here in
Bring your
Vegas,
ass over here now.
white folks here in Vegas wasn't going for that.
Okay.
So they didn't. They kind of like Sheriff Lamb and them wasn't going for that. You know, y'all ain't coming down here to mess with our Negroes. Our Negroes. You know what I'm saying?
First dibs on them. We got first dibs on
well,
them.
that's basically what it was,
Yeah.
you know. And then the second ride became when they didn't want us to integrate the schools. So that was my 6th grade year. So they fought, but they separated. We all went to 6th grade center. And that's when Matt Kelly, all them schools became 6th grade centers. You know. It's a lot out there. Y'all young bucks. I'm a
Yes.
young buck compared to a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, like I know some of these stories, but not as in depth as what you're saying. Like my dad was born in 55. My granddad moved out here in 1943, I think it was. You know, so my granddad would always say, like, back then, when it came, like how you say they built the West Side, like they built their own houses. He was like, we would get with different families, and we'd be like, okay, today we're gonna work on your house.
There you go.
You know, and then tomorrow we're gonna work on my house, and we got together like that, and that's how we built each other homes.
There you go.
So I know some of it, but not in depth of what you're saying. Like white folks coming out here to try to kill us, and you know, like I knew about the police brutality, but not to the effects of what you saying. Like it's a reason why we shot down that helicopter. Like they was fucking with us.
Yeah. I mean, they ain't stopped.
They
How
definitely haven't stopped.
How you think they cleared out the West Side? Jaywalking tickets, walking down the street. Every time you came out of a club, they pulled you over. You know,
They take you to jail for jaywalking too. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I went to jail once for jaywalking on the West Side. Only the West Side.
See,
You had a warrant, brother. Ain't no way they.
You ain't telling the whole story?
They took me for jaywalking. He was like,
You had a gram in your pocket or something.
No, that's why.
They pulled you over for jaywalking. That's why they took you to jail.
they
That's
put
why
the gram in his pocket.
That's why he took me, because he was like, he thought that I threw some drugs and he couldn't find it. So he was like, well, I'm finna take you to jail for jaywalking. Oh my God damn. Like, because you can't find the dope. Like, is that my fault?
I'm sorry, man. That was police brutality, man. I shouldn't have made light of that.
Man, look.
That's crazy. Those stories is crazy.
Let me just kick on what they're doing to us now. It's like, say, non-profit organization, Dogcatchers.
Yeah.
You know, Zulus, Rebels. See, the city done stole all the programs in the mentor program. At one time, the city wouldn't do nothing. So we came in Doolittle and, hey, can we use this gym? Oh, go ahead. This how the staff used to do. Go ahead. Shoot. They playing chess. They didn't care about it. So we like, okay, well, if this was like this, can we get the gym 4 times this week? Go ahead, we don't care. Oh, okay, can we use it to have a basketball camp? Go ahead, we don't care. All right, free basketball camp. Anybody that don't want to game bang, don't want to be in trouble, come to this basketball camp. Bam, flooded, free, flooded. Ended out that basketball camp, we started 50 basketball teams.
Wow.
50 basketball teams. Nice. With 10 to 12 players on each team.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, well, what we gonna play at? Because we took kids from 5 to 8th grade.
Yeah.
And Doolittle League was really for 3rd graders and 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th graders.
Yeah.
But the 3rd grade division was really for the 4th grade, was really 5th graders who done flunked.
Yeah.
But they done played against my kindergartens. But we didn't have no other league to put them in.
Yeah.
So they'll beat our little boys like 50-something to 2. But you beating the little 5-year-olds like that. But they had to meet the other big teams in the division, same division.
Yeah.
See, like the division, like say if you had a 3rd grade division, we had 8 teams. 4th grade division, we had 8 teams. 5th grade division, 8 teams.
Yeah.
And we was playing against only 2 more other teams.
So reclassifying ain't nothing new then.
Man.
Damn.
So
That's funny that you speak on that because that's kind of how we got here, right? Last week I made a post on Facebook, and it basically was like me growing up in Vegas. I can't imagine Mr. Ross, Hen Hen, or Melvin Daniels like charging kids what they charging kids now to play in sports, right? That was the beginning of the post, and I kind of went into some other stuff, but it was mostly about the price of youth sports and everything like that, and it got a lot of feedback. So it was kind of like, okay, well let's get one of them on. So we chose you. So why is the price of sports so much different now than what it was when you were?
Well, when we was there, it was more community, and it was more city didn't care about that.
Okay.
You know, city didn't care what we did at Doolittle. They didn't care. Spell Doolittle. Doolittle.
Yeah.
Okay. So they didn't care what went on at Doolittle.
Okay.
But what happened? Doolittle Basketball League took off, and track took off.
Yeah.
Baseball took off. Wow, they ain't killing. They ain't fighting.
Yeah.
They all out in the park having the ball now.
Yeah.
We got to stop this. We cannot let them use the gym no more. If they use the gym, we're going to charge it. Wait a minute. Y'all let us build all of these programs up free, and now y'all charging us? But see, that was their way of weeding us out, nonprofits and mentors, volunteer mentors.
Okay.
That was their way of weeding us out to take over so they could put a price on it. It start with Doolittle staff. See, Doolittle staff keep it 100.
Yeah.
You know, been waiting on this in a way. See, only thing really hurt us is ourselves. And we keep saying that, but it's the truth.
Okay.
You know, I showed Nene how to run the Dogcatchers.
Okay.
Nene took the Dogcatchers and tried to steal it for himself. So imagine he tried to change the Dogcatchers into blue chippers.
Okay.
Now, if you remember the history, what happened to the blue chippers and what was going on, the blue chippers had to fall. Pac-Man got killed.
Yes.
Let me killed himself.
Pac-Man killed himself.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what went on there. Was a lot of stuff went on.
Yeah.
So the truth starting to come out. Everything was did in the community was blamed on the Dogcatchers. If you went out there and put a corn flag, guess who did it?
Dogcatchers.
If somebody over there stole a popsicle, guess who did it?
Dogcatchers.
They got 88.1 on right now.
The Dogcatchers.
And what, boy, I tell you about that too. But their program was built off a lie, you know, because Lou Collins, I want you to hear this real good, real good. You know what I'm saying? Because you put that hate out there. You told the people that the Dogcatchers did something bad at the Pearson Center. That's because they didn't want the Henry Thorns to run the Pearson Center. See, the Pearson Center got built because of the Dogcatchers. The city didn't want to give Yvonne Atkinson the gyms. The schools did not want to give Yvonne Atkinson the gyms to do inner city games.
Yes.
So she found the way to go and get the Pearson Center built. And she named it after who? The Dogcatchers. See, then she had to step down. Lawrence Weekly stepped in.
Yeah.
Who did he put in charge?
The dog.
Sweet Luke.
Lou Collins.
Oh, okay.
Lou Collins. So Lou Collins was in charge of the Pearson Center in the statue where the senior citizen was.
Okay.
All of a sudden, he had to go. He had to go because something wasn't right. You know? So when they fired him, the Urban League took back over it. So when the Urban League took back over it, they conned him to hire Lou back. So they hired Lou back. And Lou did this number. Same thing he did again. So they had to fire him. Right? See, this is some stories I could tell y'all by helping kids.
Yeah.
What would get you.
Yeah.
I was in the police department. All because of helping kids, and people got jealous of me helping kids. You know, so they want to say, Henry did this, Henry did that. What I do? Well, go look at the cameras. So when they went to look at the cameras, they like, no, Henry didn't do that. All 10 of y'all came at Henry. So we need to be pressing charges on you guys. So it's a whole lot y'all don't know.
Yeah.
That just by helping kids.
That's nuts.
You know, now remember we did AAU. They stopped all AAU. Remember, you used to go to an AAU game, walk right in Doolittle, totally free.
Absolutely.
Doolittle did that. Doolittle did that. Nene did that. Start charging at the door. And once they start charging at the door, the little kids in our community can no longer now go in Doolittle to watch an AAU tournament, or daddy spend $10 or $25.
Who does that money go? Does that money go to him or does that money go to the city?
Glad you asked that question. See, and that's how they got rid of the Dogcatchers. That money went to
I don't
him.
even know it.
That money went to him. And here today, that's why the sports is so high today. Because he got his name all on the football, all on the basketball. See?
Because his tournaments are the biggest tournaments.
That's one of the biggest tournaments in the country, I think.
Them was Dogcatchers tournaments. See, but I didn't own no gym. So they took the gym. So Parks and Recreations, Phil, Elgin, Ingrid, you know, straight up.
But it's a game burst right here, boy.
I mean, we're gonna keep it 100.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna say tree nothing. You know, it's the truth, and it happened to me.
Yeah.
And people want to know why is it so expensive here today? Because once they see what you're doing, they want to do what you're doing. And to weed us out, they put a price on it. Only the rich can pay.
So do you think it's anybody that still care about the community? 'Cause clearly you cared about the community.
We have a lot of people care about the community.
It's like they get y'all out every time.
Because we going by letting people manipulate us. We letting people tell you how much they really care for you, and deep down inside, they just boo-washing you. You know, that's why I asked you what have been done since 1991. And my question to you was nothing. My answer to you is nothing.
Yeah.
You know, because what new building been there?
Put the Agassi up.
Agassi?
Agassi, they put money into Doolittle.
Agassi, check this out. Agassi right now got that land for $1. Right? You know who stopped me from getting that land for $1?
Who?
Larry Weekly. He was the city councilman. I had my buddy Richard Badgen. He was going to sponsor our team in that trailer court right across the street from Doolittle. Did you know it was a trailer court?
No.
Okay, it was a trailer court first.
Okay.
Right? So he
Right
was
across the street from Doolittle?
Yeah, that's a trailer court. And it was we used to call it the pig lady house.
Okay.
Well, anyway, they built that, and that's when they built the Agassi. He got it for $1. And now they done sold that. Chinese own that.
Chinese on the Agassi?
Yeah, it ain't Andre Agassi no more.
It is something
Democracy
else.
Prep.
Democracy
Yeah,
Prep.
it ain't Agassi no more.
Chinese people? That's Chinese people?
Yes. Not only that, bro.
That's why the niggas can't talk when they walking down the hallway no
You
more.
keep saying all this shit was $1. We didn't have a dollar.
That's what I'm telling you. Who was this? Look, I had a clothing store
Okay.
called Hen Hen's Fashions right there on Martin Luther King from 1989 to 1992.
Oh, so you got boot cut.
Oh no! I had the real Gucci, the real MCM, the real Louis Vuitton.
Oh, you was Dapper Don.
Don't do him.
Man, look,
Oh, you was over there with the real shit.
I had the
Gucci
snakeskin
boot cuts.
silk suits, the whole 9 yards.
My God, that sounds
He
crazy.
walk up out of his fashion like
But at that time, you still had
Freak show,
Al
baby,
Beans
baby,
had his
on the
clothing
dance
store at the time.
floor.
LB, he had a little bootleg kind of but
I was gonna say that.
But not to knock him, he had a place though.
Yeah.
And he sold feelers and he sold good stuff.
Al Bean still got a shop, right?
But compared to
suits.
what we had,
He sold suit. But I'm saying you had all the expensive shit, and then you can go right to Thorns and shit. You can go get you a little Gucci bag, that look like Gucci.
LB
Wasn't
had
quite
that
Gucci.
$40.
Like, I know a lot of people that was walking around with the
Gucci.
Gucci.
yeah the fake Louis scarves.
yeah. Well, see, back then,
You was out there doing it too big. They wasn't ready for you.
bam.
Wearing that Uchi
Boy,
Wally.
You said it, bro. They ain't been ready. They ain't been ready for me since I've been here.
Yeah, they wasn't ready for that.
Because, you nailed it, man. But see, what I got this from is from L.A. Because when I used to go to L.A., brothers get up in the morning, they clean, right?
Yeah.
Then they change clothes around 12 o'clock. And they got on a fresh lit outfit. Then they change clothes around 5 or 6 o'clock.
That's a lot
So
of
they
denim.
putting on 3 outfits a day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But that's how they dress.
I'd have to wear my same drawers, probably
You
even two of the
You
outfits.
even had the LA store at that time, like 89, 92. You had the LA store.
Yeah.
LA clothing.
LA clothing
That
store.
was on
Main Street.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
On Main
All them
Street.
came out to me to knock me out. The Chinese came to the Rancho swap meet, to North Las Vegas swap meet.
I thought I was fresh. I got me a little LA clothing overalls back in the day, like in the 90s. My dad got me one of them. I was like, good looking pops.
Heartbroken to hear that, bro.
Man. But we
I thought
had
that store was dope. I ain't know no better.
a clothing store called Homeboys.
Yeah.
That's where all the fly guys used to get their clothes from.
yeah.
We had Marcus Brown, JB. He's still on the corner. He on the corner of Jackson and D right now.
Yeah.
So he been there a while. But guess what? There's billions and billions of dollars that came down since the Nevada Reconstruction.
Yeah.
The coronavirus have created some outrageous, right?
Yeah.
So the school district used to get $2.6 billion a year. They just got over 100 and something billion dollars this time.
Man.
Right? Now, all the rest of this money that came down,
They ain't mad around this motherfucker.
what have came down in our community?
Well, from my understanding, we don't own a community no more, so they doing as see fit.
I told you fake news. Fake news will tell you anything, you'll run with it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's fake news. If you keep saying, man, black people don't want to live in the community no more, they moving up out of there.
Yeah.
Why would we want to move out the best area that it is? It don't flood, it don't do nothing. Why we want to move out of there?
I don't think everybody valued it the same way y'all did because everybody didn't put the work in as y'all did. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the people looking like, okay, well the Centennial area looks better, and not only that, but like different resources, right? Like if you send your child to Palo Verde, they're gonna have different resources if you send your child to Western or Clark or certain schools.
That's true.
So I think that's part of it.
We look at it like this. Say, for instance, you my son.
Okay,
We look for you to do better than me.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So if you go get a house in Summerlin, Green Valley, that's fine.
Yeah.
Your house still ain't better than mine.
Okay.
Because you floods. You know what I'm saying? You flooding. See, so if you're living up on Centennial in Buffalo, and you're living up anywhere back that way, you in flood area.
Yeah.
So all them 300,000, $500,000 houses that got that one plywood on it, that it cracks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you come to the west side, them houses is built to stay.
But they're building bigger, better houses on the west side, like going towards like Jay and up there, like they're building. Shit, you could look on, Zillow, and you'll see a house on the west side you would think is built over there in Centennial, but it's not. They got 2 stories over there now and stuff like that. But who's moving over there though? Niggas is like, oh, once you see Jackson, you like, oh, yeah, no.
But let me see. You see Jackson Street. Now watch how y'all see Adams.
Yeah, you see the type of names on the address. You're like, nah, I'm cool.
But watch this. Them areas right there was once upon a time with Nat King Cole,
Yes.
Sammy Davis Jr., all the black stars lived in Carrie Owens, Cadillac Owens, Herbert Gerson, Forward Looks in them areas.
Yeah.
Guess who loved them areas? White girls.
White girl.
And guess who loved that area? White mans. Because they black people.
Yeah.
See, they was getting tired of being on the strip. So they wanted to come to the west side. West side had, like I said, how many casinos and how many restaurants? So we had our own clientele. We had our own jobs. We didn't have to go to the strip to get jobs. We had jobs in our own community.
Yeah.
City councilmen, county commissioners, and the fire department. They closed us all down. And they wasn't white. So I keep trying to tell you something.
You had a black fire department?
Black chief.
Because I know I remember
Dave Washington
I
used
was
to
told
be.
like was it True Love that used to be a bowling alley?
Well,
Is it True Love?
True Love. It's a lot of churches used to be something other than just a church.
It was a bowling alley?
Man, look.
I think it was True Love that was a bowling alley.
Basketball courts. Right now they want that area. So those churches are in jeopardy. And remember how I said earlier about since they taking nonprofit money?
Yeah.
See, now when you start taking nonprofit money, you got to do what I tell you to do.
Yes, you do.
And if you don't do what I tell you to do, you're not going to get that nonprofit money no more. Now, here you done built a lifestyle. New Mercedes. My wife got a new Mercedes. My son got a new Mercedes.
Yeah.
We just moved into a new house because we got this extra $100,000 now. Well, imagine when they get took it.
That's crazy. So I'm not big into politics. I don't know too much. If you would have became governor, what could you really have changed?
Well, I could have changed. We still have West Side. We'll still have a Donald Street. We'll still have a community.
Donald Street still
You got down the street.
No. You
niggas
got the
is
name Donald.
Oh.
You got the name Donald.
Donald Street still look the same. I was over there the other day. It still look. Donald Street still Donald Street.
I mean, it looks the same.
She was doing over there buying paper towels and shit.
Right on there. Yeah, they be selling paper towels.
Walgreens out
They
there.
set them tables outside. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Watch
Think there's
this.
somebody from Donna?
Now, could you set the tables out there and sell that stuff when you was living in them neighborhoods?
Probably not.
We couldn't do that. See, what they could do right now, we could never do. We couldn't have 4 cars in our driveway. We put one on the side, we got to put it in the yard, if not, it's gonna get towed. We get out there and barbecued on the corner, we get fined. We used to wash cars on the corner. We got tickets for that. Mexicans can wash cars anywhere. Our brothers right now that wash cars, they behind Doolittle. Because they tell them they can't be on Owens and H no more. They can't be down the street. So they go behind Doolittle and wash cars.
I was just gonna say they be on. Hey, you're right. I haven't been seeing them down there lately.
Oh, see, y'all got to look at your eyes got to start opening. You already know.
Yeah.
You already know. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't take a rocket science to see what's going on. But how do we save our kids? Because they don't have really no leadership. And if you have some groups only want to look out the boys, you know, and you don't want to help girls. See, I'm going to kick it to you. my thing is, I'd rather deal with a Crip in the blood than deal with a fraternity or sorority people.
Oh shit.
Kick it 100 with you. Both of them haters. All of them haters. Crips hate the Bloods. Bloods hate the Crips. The Kappas probably hate whoever they is. The AKs probably hate whoever they are.
Yeah.
Now, if you wasn't with one of them groups, would they help you?
Probably not.
They killing us.
So, you talking now? You digging this?
They
digging
killing
this
us.
territory right now?
Well, tell me different.
It's somewhat different now because
Tell me different.
some of the Crips and the Bloods they got cliques now, so they hate each other, but they love each other. But they hate each other.
Nah, but what they gotta do about it? He talking about now when we go to the fraternities, we talking something else. Fraternities got a little bit more control than the Crips and the Bloods.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
I always felt like I always felt like sororities and fraternities were constructed to be like them. And once they became like them, they started treating us that wasn't in those sororities and fraternities like them.
There you go. Same thing, the same way the white man would treat us, I feel the same way the fraternities treat us. You know, I feel the same way. Because if you, I know a lot of.
You out there in the trenches now, boy.
Oh, well, I've been in the trenches. I told you I'm a fighter. So, whatever they want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I went to UNLV also. And I know fraternities and sorority people.
Yeah.
But they wasn't the same. See, you can't tell young kids that they Kappas in elementary, junior high, and high. Because when they go to college, they say, I'm a Kappa, I'm a Q dog, or I'm a gent, or whatever.
Yeah.
And they look at you like, no, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. That's a heartbreaker for a little kid. I just told you Bobby Bolden's story with his little boy, because he was a Kappa. And he went to UNLV, he thought he was a Kappa. So when they told him he wasn't, his heart was broken. Because he thought all these years he was a Kappa. You know, now if they were to say getting you ready to be a Kappa, or getting you ready to be a Q dog, or get you ready to be an AK, that's different.
Yeah.
Right? That's different.
That's different.
They got a Kappa in training.
Yeah. That's different. Now they know they're not a full-blown Kappa. Now this feeling ain't as hurt as it used to.
Yeah.
But why get on them? Because Crips, like I say, Crips had a unity. They had a neighborhood. The Bloods, they had a neighborhood. Where they neighborhoods now?
Gentrified.
See, now, watch this. The only thing we really knock them for is because they kill each other. Quit killing each other, regroup and doing that's business. Because you're doing the same thing the police doing. You're doing the same thing the church doing. You're doing the same thing the politicians doing. You're doing the same thing the teachers doing. They all clicked. How you think we keep flunking?
Facts.
Come on, man. We live this life. They can't trick us because we done been there. That's why you could tell your story.
Talk your shit.
you could tell your story because you've been there.
But I think some of them have kind of like LLC, the gangs.
In LA? In LA,
I don't know.
The Crips is LLC. It's a Crip. It's a Crips.
I thought it was the Blood.
I think the Crips and the Bloods got one. Cause that's how they was suing Nipsey family for the marathon thing. It's because it's under the Crip organization.
Okay.
Dr. Umar would be so upset at that Crip.
The white man's paperwork.
But you gotta understand how they formed. They formed the same way. You know, we had Black Panthers in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Did y'all know that?
You got the new Black Panthers out here?
No. I'm talking about. Hey, look. I'm not knocking the new ones. At least they trying. Okay? But we had we had the Black Panthers and the Gerson. We had the Black Panthers.
Yeah.
We had the Black Panthers on Miller Street. Lady Di husband, he's a Black Panther, but he's white guy.
Wait.
Right?
Charles? Prince Charles?
No, I'm trying to think his name. But anyway, it's Lady Di, old man, right? He was a Black Panther, but he was white. So every time they
Beige Panther.
but watch this. But every time they got in the car, they went somewhere.
Yeah.
Everybody else was ducking down. He was driving. They never got stopped.
That's how you exercise your white privilege to uplift the black community.
Privilege.
He be an ally right there.
That's being the ally.
Hey, but he fought right beside us.
Yeah.
And you know,
Respect.
man, let me give it to you. That's why I don't look at race and play the race game. Because I know I can go to 10 white folks right now and get whatever I ask for. I can't go to some of my closest friends and get a nickel.
You think that's because they feel like you lighter?
I'm lighter?
Yeah.
Skin wise?
Yeah. Did you?
Are you kidding, nigga?
You
Boy,
lighter.
you
He let it come out.
I'm black and I'm proud. Yeah. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud.
It came out so natural, though. It came out so natural.
Came out. He almost broke it, man. He almost broke it.
See, I didn't know I was light skinned. I always thought I was black as anybody in here. You know what I'm saying? See, that's why I say you can't play the light skin, dark skin.
I mean, because like for us being in Vegas, like, you know, we born and raised, like you are a father figure to the whole community of Vegas. You know, like everybody know who's Hen Hen is. Like you, I know you have your own children, but you raise generations here.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of kids respect you to this day. You know, a lot of
I respect them too.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes, indeed.
like you raised a lot of kids because they come from that poverty of not being able to pay for basketball, not being able.
Yeah.
But I can go over here with Hen Hen, I go play with Hen Hen, or Hen Hen gonna give me a lesson, or Hen Hen gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like you probably done took the guns out of a lot of kids' hands,
Yeah.
you know, so you done saved a lot of lives. Yeah. So us being in this community, we all look at you as that father figure. So to see, like Ivan was saying, these other, like the AAUs and all the stuff going on now, and to see these kids, if you don't got thousands of dollars, you can't play the sport that you want to play. Like they don't even have no hopes of, I can't go to the NBA if I'm not in AAU. That's not what was going on back in the day. Like
Right.
we got, you know, it was, if you play for the Dogcatchers, you got a shot at the NBA. You know, that's how some people looked at it back then. Now it's like if I can't get to AAU, I can't go to the NBA. And if my parents don't have the money to put me in the AAU, fuck it, I might as well pick this gun back up.
And basically, you named it. Because what else they gonna do? What else they gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
You got them hungry.
If I can't shoot baskets, I'm gonna shoot niggas. That's how I look at it.
And that's the problem. You know, that's why we wanted them to shoot baskets, because we tired of them shooting at brothers.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I got one right here.
You caught one?
I got one
shot
right
in the
there.
back?
I got shot at Hen Hen's fashion.
Damn.
Dude tried to rob me. I know who it is. Pray to God. I forgive him. He was young and dumb, didn't understand. Now he understand. He apologized to me when he see me. And I look at him like, boy, you know, but I was a changed person.
Yeah.
See, I couldn't be a gangster out there beating up everybody, fighting everybody, and trying to mentor you guys.
But even him living is a blessing, because you could have simply said, hey man, such and such tried to rob me, to the wrong nigga that just grew up under you. They would have been.
You didn't have to go to no wrong. You didn't have to go to nobody. I could have just did it myself.
Exactly. That's
You
what I'm saying.
That's why you don't go get nobody.
Take
You don't
my
get
boot cuts,
nobody.
it's a problem.
You don't see. That's our problem right there. See, I kind of learned you don't jump out your bed to go save nobody. Because once you jump out your bed to go save somebody, guess who get killed?
You. Every time.
So yeah, homeboy, I love you to death. Where you at? I'm at home. Okay, stay there till I get there.
Right.
You ain't there? Where you at? I'm on my way. Where you at? Man, stay there till I get there. I'm laying back down.
Right.
Because I know what's gonna happen
Yeah.
when I go out there and jump in front of a bullet.
Yeah.
And they gonna keep living. Now my kid's hungry, dead, and their daddy dead, and now what?
You said something earlier about, you know, the system kind of continuously pulling the rug up under us to you know, even when we don't even know it, right?
Yes.
Are we
failing to realize that basketball, although I feel like that's a homegrown sport for us. Are we failing to realize that it's becoming an elitist sport? One that we may not be able to afford anymore.
Only reason we cannot afford sports because we don't have a place to take kids to help. You have people would want a mentor, would love to get out there and coach. Mm-hmm. They don't have the money to rent the gym. Mm. See, now you rent the gym, one court, $100 1 hour in your community. Now, Doolittle is a tax-paid place already. So you don't have to have no money to go in Doolittle. You don't have to charge nobody to get in no Doolittle league. Because all the money they make goes back to the city.
Okay.
So what you making the money for? Because it's already tax paid. So I
kind of thought that, like, the budget come out like July 1st.
Yes, indeed.
So the money is already there. That's when we had the corona when everything was shut down. It was like, I'm cool with I work for the school district, mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'm not really tripping because the budget come down July 1st, so my money is there. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have that same panic that a lot of people had, but it's like government entities they get that money July 1st, so they kind of know
every time.
Yeah.
Now, what happened? Pierre Wells, rest in peace, Pierre. We went to the city council because Doolittle wasn't getting no ping pong paddles, no pool sticks, none of that. No pool balls. Once the stick got broke, it got broke. So we kept, wait a minute, man. Come on, let's go down there. So me and Pierre Wells went to the city council.
Yeah.
And we argued for Doolittle. After we finished talking, Steve, me, Kuiper, and the city manager met in the doorway, two-way doorway. And the lady said, I told you guys we weren't going to fight against you guys. Me and Pierre looked at each other. Oh, y'all was together? See, we didn't know they was together.
Yeah.
And said, oh, you guys together? And Pierre looked at him like, Make a long story short, Doolittle started getting grant money after that. Guess who didn't get scholarship money?
Dogcatchers.
Dogcatchers. God damn it. Everything we fought for, we got it. Guess who got left out?
Dogcatchers.
Yeah.
but what was so strong, we had a community, had moms in it.
Yeah.
That they didn't have no money, but you know what they had? They was willing to bake a cake. They was willing to help serve a cake.
Yeah.
And they was willing to be there to watch everybody. We had a community. Imagine Dogcatchers helped from 5 to 17. So we kept them from kindergarten all the way to high school.
Yeah.
Then after that, we put on camps. So these college coaches can come down there and see the kids. So they win scholarships to go to junior college or go to wherever. See, they never had that kind of stuff. And it was free. See, now the school district charge you to use their gym. Doolittle charge you to use their gym. So if everybody, and you know, I'm not throwing everything on Doolittle. And why I say Doolittle, because Doolittle's supposed to be free. You can walk in the Boys and Girls Club and it's free. You can walk in the YMCA and it's free. But you walk in Doolittle, you got to pay $2. So how many of our kids can go to Doolittle 5 days a week and pay $2 a day?
A lot of them can't. A lot of them can't. And that was something else I was arguing. Not necessarily arguing, but I was talking to somebody about, like, we had places to go play when I was a kid.
Yes.
If it wasn't Doolittle, it was Von Tobel. If it wasn't Von Tobel, it was Northtown Rec. If it wasn't Northtown Rec, it was J.D. Smith. Mm-hmm. Like, there were places for us to just go play.
That's right.
And you like you said, we didn't need no money.
Didn't need no money.
Didn't need no money. It's a vending machine here if you're thirsty. But it's a water fountain that's free. Like, you don't need no money to come in here and be off the streets and just
kick back.
And I know kids who personally were like, not being able to go in here and just shoot hoops, even if I wasn't good, like just being able to get in this gym and shoot hoops, probably saved my life more than once.
Man, I am probably the poorest person you ever met. Our family. We probably the poorest family you ever met. We collected aluminum cans at 5 a.m. We had to get up sometimes before 5 at 3 in the morning to beat other families for getting the Luma cans. And one for those fruits on them trees we was talking about earlier, what was we eating? See, we had it rough. We had it rough. I'm 61. I'll be 62 in July. We had it rough. A lot of older guys didn't even make it to 40.
That's crazy.
And we call them old people. And here we 60-something years old, and we used to call people 40 old.
Yeah, I know that feeling now.
Right. We thought we had it rough. We always had enough.
You know,
For real.
but we had real school teachers.
Yeah.
See, when I grew up, we had teachers only cared about, you're going to get in here, you're going to learn how to read, and after that, you get out of line, we got a paddle. We got SWAT right there. And they'll let you, Mom, we sorry we had to whoop him today. But you ain't have to whoop me 2 times, because I ain't want no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it was. You know, 1979, that's when the game banging started. 1979 summer. And it all kind of started because some Mexican guys was going over to high schools and jumping on people. Then you had some white guys from Western, they got together, they was running around jumping on people. You know, when they came over there to Clark, we wasn't having it. You know what I'm saying? You know, but that's how it started. And it trickled on down to the summer. You know, the PBs, they was playboys. They really wasn't no game bangers. They was all about players. You know, the Gerson really wasn't no, Gerson would always be a Gerson. When one go, 900 go. And that's just how it is.
Nothing changed, huh?
That's just how it is. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? Actually, the people from the Gerson was good people. You know, they was good people. It just, when economics step in and people doing bad, it leads to bad things.
Right.
You know, when the crack cocaine came into our community, people started smoking crack, but when people turned that crack and started profiting, the white folks didn't like that. They wanted you to smoke, but they didn't want to see you make no money. Because now they smoking it.
Yeah.
And the blacks wasn't smoking it. So now it become a crime. Just like the opium pills. Our people taking opium pill, ODing, ain't nobody saying nothing. But time the white kids start ODing what? We got to get them treatment.
It's a crisis.
You know,
Crisis.
now, and it's billions of dollars that they can apply for. But what about crack babies? What about Ritalin babies?
Crack babies making drill music.
Now they you know, we went through a lot, man. When I tell you we was the poorest, my family was the poorest, we was the poorest.
All right, so and I'm listening, right? And so I think the one gripe I have with my elders, I'm gonna say my elders, is that they love to say that the youth don't listen, right? Mm-hmm. And so we've been listening to you for a good hour and a half, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, it's been that long.
It's been good, man. That's why it's been
Damn,
flying by.
been good. It's been flying. Cool.
I've been listening to you for about the last hour and a half, right? And you said on a few occasions that we don't have no leaders. When people get into places of positions of power, they kind of lead us astray,
yes,
or leave us alone completely.
Yes.
So why are the youth continuously shaded when we decide not to participate in the political system? When we continuously hear y'all say how bad it is.
If you don't vote, a lot of bloodshed have been lost for not voting. You have to vote. You know, I mean, there's good, there's bad.
Mm-hmm.
But why we voting into, you just called it the politics.
Yeah, but
it's like for younger, it'd be like for me to say, I tell the youngsters they need to stop getting into all the bullshit on social media and then they see me on the shade room every day.
See, remember how we just talked about Kappas, fraternities, sororities? Okay, when you playing football from 5 years old and you continue to stay with that same team, you ain't gonna get off track. See,
Okay.
you ain't gonna let nobody tell you anything because you're gonna know better, right? It just all depends on who you follow. The team is only strong as the leader. See, if you got a sharp leader, you're gonna be sharp just like him. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be a weak leader, you're gonna be weak just like him.
Yeah.
We had a leader. I had a leader. My mama was my leader. You know, my mama was strapper. And Hattie Mae Thorns didn't take no mess.
Everybody know Hattie made the home.
Yeah, didn't take no mess. But she fed the whole community.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And my grandmother, Claudine Carr, didn't take no mess. That stitching card didn't take no mess. You know what I'm saying? And that was put on us.
Yeah.
You didn't want that no more. So you did right. Now, we had leaders that we can look forward to because them leaders, when we was crying, them leaders like, what's wrong with you? You hungry? Come on, go to McDonald's. Get you something to eat. You know, you got leaders now talking about, what you doing, boy? Go get you a hamburger. Come on. You know, they trying to trick you into something else. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends. Like if you follow a leader, it all depends on what's his program.
Right.
Now, if they're in position, they can use that position to conquer whatever they want. Like we was talking about them dollars. People got all them businesses for dollars.
Yeah.
Why wasn't no black people's getting them? But we had black leaders.
Yeah.
See, because you had jealousy, envy. And I don't care what position they in. They could be the richest person and mad at and jealous of the poorest person because they don't have his style.
You know, I heard one of the homies say, so I can't take credit for this idea. He's talking about lack of black leadership because it seems to be a recurring theme in many communities, right? So shout out to my boy Jay, who I heard him say this on his podcast. He's like, and it made so much sense. He said, we need to get out of the idea of having a black leader and have like structure. Because if you got the structure there, it doesn't matter who's the leader, right?
Yeah.
Like if the structure's in place, it doesn't matter who's there. Like I think what we miss and lack most is the structure. There's no structure.
Yeah.
Because we're not being taught what they're being taught. Our kids are being taught Dick and Jane still. While they kids got computers, they got the best internet, they got the best everything.
Yeah.
You know, and guess who else they have? They have the best teachers. And guess what color they are? Black. If you ever notice the white schools, the majority of their teachers who the brains are black. So why is our black teachers a study over there and not in our community?
Because the resources they have over there.
It's because they want the better teachers to teach their kids.
Yeah.
We the best educated peoples in this world.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
I don't know about that.
Go ahead, say it. Come talk.
I can only speak for this generation of kids, right?
Yeah.
I can only speak for this generation of education. You don't want to work. You don't want to work in a majority black school because it's not the same.
That's why I said resources.
The parents are not the same. The parents are not the same. So therefore, the kids are not the same. So you have to deal with a lot more stress for the same check.
And because your kids is on welfare, they daddies can't live with them because they're in Section 8, and there's not a father figure in the house, and they use that all against you, and they know it. We need to structure the place, like he said. There's so many laws that's there. The Section 8 need to go. Yeah. I mean, if it stay there, why can't a father live with his son in a Section 8?
Yeah.
Because if he do, he's going to get educated and he's going to grow up with a man.
Yes.
Society don't want that. They want your kids to get ready for penitentiary in the 3rd grade, really at 5 years old. They preparing them. If you ever see the schools, you see the gates, they like prison bars.
Yeah.
They getting them already ready for prison.
Certain schools, absolutely.
So even if you go to that park we talk about McDonald's, they prison bars. So you get
around that motherfucker.
You like you getting used to see them. So if you go to prison, guess what you see already?
Bars.
You got to use. See, they use words and they use pictures on what they're doing for the future. Let's talk about Roe versus Wade.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, really, what about you can't tell a woman what to do about her body.
Yeah.
That's her rights. Cause what the man gonna tell you? Cut off your nuts, boy. You gonna do it?
Wow.
Okay, but that's your rights, right? You want to do it or you don't, right? So how you gonna tell a woman what to do? But it's bigger than that. But what they did, they got you prepared for it. So they told you 3 weeks earlier, Roe versus Wade was gone.
Yeah.
It just went the other day.
Right.
So they prepared you for it. So
I think it was in Mississippi first. Mississippi passed a law like a while ago.
But Mississippi didn't go after the whole thing. Mississippi just went after a piece of it. And when they ran with it, it blowed up. Now they banned it, right? But still, when that opened up that, guess what else is open? The 13th Amendment, 14th Amendment,
Brown versus Board of Education.
15th Amendment, same-sex marriage, racial marriage.
Yeah.
All that's finna come up now. See, all that now finna hit what this once that been reversed, that just opened up everything.
They could reverse anything.
See, but not to sound like the.
I mean,
No, because I was sitting back right, and I was seeing this, and I was looking at it a lot, and I think, we're fortunate enough. I'm gonna say we're fortunate enough to where, when we're talking about religion and going to church, for a lot of us, it's going to church. We hearing the pastor, we doing dance. You know what I'm saying? We doing the praise dancing, and then we going home and we eating. I think when you're talking about the South and the Bible Belt, religion is for real over there.
yes, it did.
And all you not to get like super serious, but all you would have to do, in my opinion, is show what an abortion looks like over there for people to clamp down and be like, oh no, we can't have this. Yeah. So I think it's less about, and this is the reason why I'm so against, I'm so for separating the church and the state, because what's happening now is you are changing laws based on your religious beliefs instead of someone's choice.
Hasn't that always been the precedent though? Like literally, if you listen to the Pledge of Allegiance, it's God is. I don't think there's ever been a complete, like, it was founded on certain principles that had to do with.
Yeah, but how long has
church.
it been since they even made the kids say the Pledge of Allegiance?
You still.
Well, guess what?
But for a while, the church and the state was separate.
Yeah.
You wasn't bringing politics into the church.
Right.
Now they are one and the same. Like he was saying earlier.
Profit money.
Now he was saying earlier. Now when politicians are ready to run, where's the first place they go?
Church.
And so they use your faith.
Yep.
To get you to vote for them.
Bush did that too.
I don't.
Bush did the same thing.
I don't think it's ever. I don't
Yes,
think
he
it's
did.
ever been a clear separation between the church and the state as they try to make it seem. Like
The founding fathers of the United States were not all believers.
I haven't read the Declaration of Independence, but I'm sure there's some religious
Indoctrination.
There you go.
that word.
I'm here for you, bro.
It was. I'm sure
We needed you, 'cause we wasn't gonna be able to help with that.
there's some in there. I honestly believe that.
You know, we talk about Roe versus Wade.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, where did you hear the most abortions was coming from?
That's white women.
Catholic churches.
Right.
So
I mean, even when they spoke on it, the lady said that when she was speaking to Donald Trump or whatever, she was like, "You got the white Like she said, literally white.
That's what it is.
Because eventually they will be the minority. That is a fact.
There you go.
That is a fact. That's not a belief. That's not something. This is a fact.
Yeah.
There you go.
They want to stop it so the white folks to stop killing them babies. Like we need them white babies to keep coming.
Exactly, because they know time is up. Time is coming. I'll give you an example. I play poker. I used to sit at the Jerry's Nugget.
Ooh, shout out to Jerry's Nugget.
Say you can only have 10 at a table.
Catch me across the street.
Only black. Oh, you was at the Palomino? Now they got men's and women's now.
No. He was over there. He was over there.
I was at Lacey's, bro. I ain't never been to the Palomino.
They was definitely nude.
They shut Lacey's down.
Yeah.
They shut Lacey's down.
But when I used to sit at the poker table, it was me and all white men. I used to play at the Silver Nugget. It was me and maybe one black guy, me and Patty Man or somebody, and all white guys. Maybe one Mexican. At Boulder Station, I played here today. When I first started, it was me, maybe one more black guy, all white guys. Play tonight, it's gonna be me, about 5 more other brothers, and about 3 Mexicans, and probably 1 Filipino, and probably some other Arab or Chinese, and maybe 1 or 2 white guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you can see the change is coming.
It's Dr. King's dream.
They time the old white man time is up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I also want you to remember this. Cause who did you see fight for Rodney King?
White people.
We did.
Okay. Who did you see fight for George Floyd?
Everybody kind of did.
Everybody.
It was collective. It was a joint effort.
Let's be real honest. We sat on our butt in Las Vegas. Them white folks got out there and battled.
It was their turn, though.
That's how I'm telling you. That's what I'm
They
telling
owed
you.
us one.
But that's what I'm getting at, because now by the families are being mixed. There's so many mulattoes now.
Yeah, there's a lot of Clay Thompsons out
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a lot of Clay Thompsons. You know, we all Clay Thompson in a way. You know, we all Clay Thompson. You know, look, see my color? You already called you light skinned woman. Yeah, but we all Clay Thompson, and they all us. See, one thing about it, you can get 2 blacks and you can make that white, but you can't get 2 whites and make a black.
Yeah.
You can get 2 blacks and make albino, and 2 albinos can make that white. So
Yeah.
That was algebra.
That was algebra.
Shit.
you know,
So do you?
we have
Is the West Side over, man?
Yeah.
West
We got Cedric Cribb there. Cedric Cribb went to Gorman. They already called him the N-word at Gorman. Now he calling us the N-words over here. You know, what have he done? See, since
I don't trust naked faces. So
but watch this.
I don't trust naked faces.
He when Larry Weekley was the city councilman, Cedric Cribb was on the planning board. When Ricky Barlow was city council, Cedric Cribb was on the planning board. Cedric Cribb now is the city council.
Yes.
So all the stuff they planned all them years, now it come true.
Okay.
All they building now on the west side is storage houses and car washes. From Craig Road to Bonanza. That's all you see.
And that winery. Is it the winery? What is it?
the winery on Bonanza.
That winery on them.
The lady sit on the planning board, Tennelle Creek. The lady sit on the planning board. That's her business. See, you got to understand, all this business, they wiping us out because they in position. They are in position to get all what we losing.
Yeah.
When they take our house, they buy it.
So, okay, one question to you, because it's like throughout your history, you've always been in position and then somebody else intercepted.
Of course. Remember I
Do you
told
just feel like you just never so you never capitalized on your thing, or were you just too much community? Was you too much community?
Yeah. I was too much community.
too much. You was too much for the people, so you didn't. Damn.
I was too much for the haters. See, I wasn't too much for the regular people because I'm a regular person.
So how do we find that balance?
You got to start calling it out. I don't care if it's me. You see me doing something wrong. Hey, man, you wrong, man. What about our people? Yeah. You know, why is it so scared? Why is our people so scared to say, let's help black people? Have you ever heard them say that? But they'll tell you, let's help a Mexican, let's help a Chinese, let's help an Asian.
Oh, they say it when it's election season and they talking. They know how to talk that we helping the black folks now. When it's election time and you trying to be a politician, they say it to get in office.
Yeah.
Let's help the black people until they in office. Then it's fuck us again.
Yeah. They slide that rug by the same people though. For them white folks to overrule us, they have to have somebody black with them.
Yeah.
Because they just can't come in. They just can't come in here and do it on their own. So they have to have somebody on their team that look like us and in a position.
Yeah.
And every last one of them, the sold us out.
Well, the great Tupac Shakur said, everybody kissing ass to go to heaven ain't going. But we ain't realized it yet.
Yeah.
Tupac Shakur told him, I told you I was hungry. And I'm telling you I'm hungry again. I'm not going to tell you how many more times I'm going to tell you I'm hungry. That's what Tupac told you. I'm tired of telling you I'm hungry.
So I asked this question. I gotta ask this question. I asked every OG the same question.
You're going to get the real.
What happened? When did 88.1 lose the people?
Fake news.
What happened?
Fake news. How could people come from anywhere? You know, trust me, I'm from Vegas. I love to see new peoples move here. I love it. Because there was so many white folks till we needed more black people.
Yeah.
So every black came, man, come on, bro. Let me show you Doolittle. Let me show you this. Woo, woo. Let me show you the West Side. Man.
They took Noriega to fucking Mario's market.
They really did.
Ain't the paper fish?
He went to go get the fish.
You didn't see it?
No,
Yeah,
Noriega.
Yeah, the rapper
the real
Noriega.
Noriega.
Drink Champs Nori?
Yeah, he had like a show where he was going to different places.
They took his ass to Mario's
Ask me that question again.
That's about right.
No, I genuinely want to know him because, you know, I'm 33, right? Mm-hmm. And so when I listen to the OGs talk, and they always used to tell me back in the day, man, I used to, you know, they used to have 88 blasting, and this person was DJing, and when I was coming up, it was Galaxy Glenn on the radio
And Carlisle. Jealousy, envy. Only one person can fire him. And when you get bigger than that one person, they get jealous. They get jealous. And they control Urban League, they control EOB, they control numerous of things.
That's all I'm gonna say. 88.1 controls a lot of stuff on the West Side.
Yeah,
right?
EOB. But guess who?
They was a school at first, right?
Yeah, that was the West Side school where all the black peoples went.
Right.
Yeah.
But you didn't know that was a recreation center either. See, that was our first recreation center. They tore it down. That was our first Boys and Girls Club right there. They tore it down. That was a nursery school. They tore it down.
The Variety's still there, ain't it?
No.
Variety out there no more?
Ain't nothing there but a little old shack and about 2 or 3 trailers with the school.
That's why I went to Divine Providence. Right
You
there.
know,
Yeah.
and all the money that they have gotten, they had supposed to rebuild it. They ain't rebuilding nothing. Then they tore down New Jerusalem across the street.
Yeah.
It's supposed to become another workforce connection place. All that money going to community college and UNLV now.
Got the little basketball court right there. All the Mexicans play up all that.
Oh, that's across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm talking about one was actually what 88.1 at.
Damn.
Do you feel like we could ever get to that point? And I think that's a question for all of us, like the impact that 88 had at one point. Do you think
They don't
that
know.
can you think a station or anything could ever have the impact of the community that once had?
They fake news. You know, no, serious. Like you just said, you 33, right?
Yeah.
See, you got blessed. Because you had the family that was in that time zone was family oriented. We all was coming together. Yeah. Mamas and daddies both had jobs. Mm-hmm. You know, you was blessed in that era. You know, like Hank, 33. So basically, we watched over our kids like flies watches over. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you guys was guarded pretty well. Now, the ones who came before you, like say my oldest son, Joshua is 38. Mm-hmm. See, they had it rough. Yeah, 39. They had it rough. You know, they had what gang member gonna take them out? You know what I'm saying? Then if you go across town, the 211 gonna take you out. Y'all remember 211?
I remember that. I think that was like my freshman year.
Yeah. See, that was the white gang.
That was the white boys.
But they all polices now.
It was 311. Yeah.
311. They all polices now.
11 is the K and 3 Ks. So 311.
I do remember that. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you guys had it kind of blessed because
they COs now. They full of shit. Faggots.
Your parents went on Ritalin and crack and stuff like that.
Nah.
When you guys got smart, then they start bringing in Ritalin. Yeah. For our kids. Oh, we can't control him. ADHD. We can't. He too hyper. He too hyper. Yeah. So you say, okay, give him a pill. You take a pill and see what that pill will do to you. You be up there, yeah, mama, yeah. Then you get a pill, you be like,
Do it voluntarily now, they call it lean.
Facts. Facts.
You know, so that's what got some of my kids. And all it is a pipeline.
I mean, but that land, like 88.1, that land is historic in itself.
Yes. It belongs to the city.
Yeah, but we like the same way we losing 88.1, we losing all the land around the west side. Like
aside from you, the only brother I felt like that held people's feet to the fire is the brother Franklin.
Franklin G?
Yes.
From the radio station?
Yeah.
See, Franklin was educated. Franklin's parents was educated.
Yeah.
So he was hip to black history from New York. He knew a little more history, but he don't know the streets of Vegas. See what I'm saying? Franklin didn't know the streets of Vegas. AKA don't know the streets of Vegas. Craig Knight really don't know the streets of Vegas. He went to Gorman.
Man, you know Franklin that slide bullet like that.
Well,
I'm saying like
he was smarter. He was
the
than
one
them.
that he was asking the hard questions. Right. It really wasn't as much. I'm sorry to say, as much ass kissing now because, you know, Franklin was the villain. He was the one asking the hard questions back then. Now that he, has passed on, I don't see that anymore. So it's a lot of sliding through the cracks that.
You know what when I ran for governor, Franklin G asked Sisolak, what do you like in your coffee? Cream or sugar? AKA asked Sisolak, who do you like better, Beyonce or Diana Ross? Bam. That was the two questions they asked. Next up, Henry Thorns. What is the bill? The legislature just passed the bill on the marijuana and all this. What is the bill 1772 and all that? Huh? Well, let me tell you what it is.
Yeah.
All the weed money's supposed to go to the school districts. Yeah. And that's what the bill was for these marijuanas to open up.
Yeah.
Okay. Then they hit me with some more questions.
Oh, that's not happening.
No, but check this out. So the one guy said, wait, excuse me. He said, I'm kind of appalled to this. And they're like, well, why are you appalled? Well, you just asked Sisolak, what did he like? Coffee or sugar? And she just asked, do you like Beyonce or Diana Ross? But you asking this black man here all these hard questions, and he's answering them.
Yeah.
The cold part about, you guys didn't know the answer. See, they don't, man, I'm born here. Ain't too much I don't know. Because I walked the streets since 1960.
Yeah.
Ain't too much. Whatever been moved on the west side, I moved it. Straight out. I moved it. From the lights on Belzar and Martin Luther King, I moved it. I put them lights up there. The lights across from the FBI building on Lake Mead, I put them lights up there. Speed limit used to be 45 on Martin Luther King, 35, I put that there. That second gym in Doolittle built, I put that there. That senior citizen building that got the restaurant, cafe in there, I put that in there. They could talk that basketball court in the back, I got that dead. See, they could talk all they want. That's why I ask, what have the leaders done? But tell me one person on here, listen to this, tell me I'm lying.
Okay, so Hen, I gotta push back now.
Come on.
I gotta push back now.
I asked for one.
So I asked you a question. Why do the youth always get slandered when it comes to voting, but you've clearly done all your work outside of politics?
It's because we didn't play the politics game, but you have to vote.
He went right back to it.
It's just we lost too much blood for us not to vote. I understand.
That fight was for equality, though. That fight wasn't. Well, it really wasn't about voting. It was about equal rights, though, right?
But that's what I was going to say. But if you don't vote, you ain't got equal rights. I was born 1960.
Yeah.
We didn't get our rights to 1964. Now let's bag it up. That's what they said. What color was the first black president? I mean, what color was the first president of the United States?
Allegedly, now they saying he was black.
You got a $2 bill?
I got several.
Look at your $2 bill, and you will see the black man, first president of the United States.
John Moore, is that his name?
Something like that. Something like that. See,
I don't believe that story.
Well, no, it's true. After that, they changed the articles. And so you got to remember, United States was in a fight with British.
Yeah.
And the British was conquering Washington. And finna conquer Washington, D.C. Until those black slaves told George Washington and them, hey, man, they coming this way. And that's how George Washington and them turned the tide. But when you look at history, it's going to tell you some white guy was a scout. And he the one told Americans where the British was coming. And that's when they made the song, the Star Spangled Banner, homes of the slaves, not homes of the braves. Now they done changed it. It should be home of the slaves. See? Now, watch this. Remember I told you after that, are y'all hip to John Brown?
Yes.
You know, John Brown is the one told him, we got to stop this slavery right now. And so John Brown said, if you don't stop slavery, we're gonna start a civil war. He went all through the South, wrecking them, tearing their butt up, no more slaves. They caught John Brown, they hung him. Then the Civil War started. Civil War started because the South was getting all the free money because of free slave work. So the North said, we want some of that money. So the South said no. So we went to war. So when the South started kicking Lincoln them butt, they say, free the slaves. Let them fight for their freedom. So when they freed the slaves kicked the South butt. And after the war was over, everybody was free. They passed the 13th Amendment. Then they had to pass the 14th to cover up the 13th. Then they had to pass the 15th to cover up all three of them. See? And then fake news started. He raped the white woman. Them Negroes think they better than us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it goes back to that. And they got us in that position since 1776. If you ever see a little white guy, he always has 1776 on his shirt.
Yeah.
You know. It's a cold game, man.
Hen, you
White
been
man,
kicking this table.
white man, let me
the
see
whole
your
podcast. Hen been beating the shit out this table the whole podcast.
White man, come here, let me see your shirt.
But yo, he didn't kick
They
some
say
knowledge,
Abraham
though.
Lincoln wasn't white either.
They say Calvin Coolidge was mixed.
Abraham Lincoln, I think they said his pops was
Cherokee.
his pops was African American. His mom had Ethiopian in her.
Well, you got to remember
That explains his very dark skin and coarse hair.
you got to remember that North America was formed by black peoples and Indians. White folks came here. Now, watch this. We talked about this the other day about the monkey pops. Every time you look around, some come out of Africa with a disease. Mm-hmm. Now, Africa been living 12 BC, 12 DC. Right? Yeah. We never heard of no monkey pops or no AIDS or none of that kind of stuff. Right? So when the Europeans came over to interfere with the Africans and the Indians, they had to screw something. What was they screwing?
Yeah.
Monkeys, elephants, animals. Monkeys? No, this is true story.
Yeah.
That's how you got monkey pops.
That's how you got it came from bestiality.
But they try to blame it on us. We out there messing with animals and all that. But it was the white man.
They're fucking them animals, man.
Not the monkey pops.
Man, look, boy, look.
Well, no, it's like a patent for AIDS though. AIDS is
no condom.
AIDS is a patented disease. There's a U.S. patent for that.
But it didn't come out of Africa.
No, it didn't come out.
But they said it did. Everything bad come out of Africa.
Yeah, allegedly.
AIDS didn't come out of Africa. That
AIDS came out of the lab. AIDS came from the USA. There's a patent for it.
Yeah, there's a patent. John Wayne. Tarzan. Messing with them animals in the jungles.
He had the white lady. He had Jane over there.
Jane wasn't there at the time. Jane wasn't there at the time.
He had the men's at the Palomino.
Macho was there.
That was at Lacey's, man. I ain't never been to the Palomino ever.
But if you remember, what did the slave masters do?
They raped.
They raped. Absolutely.
They raped the mans. They raped the women.
I never thought about who was Tarzan. Fucking.
Was that buck breaking? They call that buck breaking?
Buck breaking.
Yeah. Buck breaking. That was embarrassing you in front of your people.
Breaking your spirit.
So Tarzan had to be fucking the gorillas. He was raised by gorillas. You're not a part of my family. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Fucking Tarzan.
Skinny, don't spend too much time on it. Just realize it and move on, man. Don't spend too much time on it, bro.
Take that gorilla pussy up.
Come on, man. Not you too, eyes.
I ain't gonna never watch Ace Ventura the same.
That makes sense on why the gorillas the only ones that kind of fuck like us. Tarzan was teaching positions.
He went down that rabbit hole, man. I told you.
But if you notice, if you in that clique, you're rich.
Yeah.
Rich in what? Because no matter what you got, if you ain't got your soul, you don't got nothing.
That's a fact.
You ain't got nothing if you ain't got your soul.
Something, man.
If you playing tag, boy, don't get me to talking. Because I used to have little kids. They play sports. Then they go to their little group. They always wanted to be in a fraternity or somewhere, right? Yeah. And they come back in practice talking about playing D-tag and all that. What y'all doing? Man, y'all get up out of here playing that game now, I'll break y'all off. You know what I'm saying? See, Dogcatchers had...
What is tag, though? Like,
and they said D-tag.
D-tag. You know how they know that? Yeah.
Oh,
man,
Dick tag.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's wild.
Y'all playing that when you was...
A lot of them played it now. I want to give y'all my son's story. So Hank wanted to be in the fraternity.
Which one? He was a Kappa?
Yeah.
Hank seemed like the Kappa type.
Yeah.
Hank definitely like Kappa type.
It was Kappa. Moogie went to be a Kappa. Shamario went to be a Kappa. About 7 months went to be a Kappa. I said, y'all be careful. Right. Dominique Davis.
The Kappas didn't play tag, did they?
That's when the tag started. That's when the tag started.
Get the dunking, get the shimmy.
That's when the tag started. But I told Hank, I said, be careful. I said, be careful. I said, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. I said, but be careful because they different. Right? No, straight up, keeping it 100. Ask my son. So he fought against it. I don't want to be, well, your mama wants you to be a capo. Hey, great thing. But you ain't a capo until you go to college, Hank. No, you can capo. No, Hank, you can't be a capo until you go to college.
Yeah.
Right? So, okay. Argue with me. Okay, capo. Finna go out of town. Went to Atlanta.
Whoa.
Mayor Bottoms.
Took that show on.
Atlanta, huh?
Daddy.
Yeah.
What? Man, I don't know what's going on here, man, but it ain't right over here. That I said, I told you, didn't I?
Shout out to Mayor Bottoms.
I said, I told you. I said, I tell you what, you, Shamario, Moogie, y'all stay like glue. Don't leave each other for nothing in the world. When they came back home, their capital days was over.
What the happened in Atlanta? Listen,
It's Atlanta.
I've been to Atlanta, man.
What did happen in Atlanta?
Yeah, they 7'3" in Atlanta.
They whoop your ass and take it.
No, they'll get shot trying to take it. But you're right.
They 7'3".
They but see, it's real. What we talking is real.
In a dress. Yeah. 6'8" in the motherfucker. Dress and heels.
I've seen it.
We were just
Shout out to Mayor Bottoms.
we were just on the strip doing the NFL draft, right?
Yeah.
Me and my buddy Larry. I can call him on the phone right now. So we walking down the street, and you can see like 5 people lined up on the pole, right? Looked at him, I said, damn, boy. Looked at him like, damn. So we kept walking. So we went into the little bar, the club, casino, had a little bar right there. Bad bitch right there. Oops.
No, man. We
here now. Okay.
We ain't on the radio. We ain't on the radio. This is all. Yeah, we you know.
Bad one right there, boy, right? and I looked at her, and 2 white lady, white men right there. They laughing at me, right? What y'all? Wait a minute. So I'm looking. Boy, fine as wine, right? But they laughing. I'm like, so my buddy Larry walk up there. You know how buddies, they see us talking to a woman, they'll run up to him. And he ran up to him. I sit back. They was laughing. I was laughing. And Larry said, what's wrong? And Larry started looking at him. Is that one?
Is that one?
More than meets the eye.
Because you couldn't tell.
Arby's.
You couldn't tell. But when she got a drink, she walked out.
Boys got a little bit deeper.
She walked out. No, she never talked. She walked out that way. Then she went out that side door. Remember I told you those 5, 6 people on the rail? She walked right to them. I swear to God, it was a basketball team. And the shortest one had to be 6'5". I'm telling you, man, they was mans. They was mans. And you couldn't tell.
That's nuts.
You couldn't tell. I mean, we keeping it 100, y'all. This is Henry Thorns. I'm keeping it 100. I'm keeping it 100. So we got to be careful. You in the club, if you in the club and you messing around, you better do a D check to make sure you messing with the right thing. Because you can't tell.
Because they out here playing tag.
Palomino.
Macho is there? No, Palomino, you know. You know at the Palomino. But out there, you don't know.
I've never been to the Palomino.
You know the Palomino, they butt naked.
I don't know. I ain't never been there.
Yes, it did.
Oh, man.
Hey, this just cracking them up. We ought to invite some of my friends in here. We'll really turn it out. You'll be really surprised.
You don't know how much I appreciate this episode, brother.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, my God.
Man, anytime y'all want to know, I'm not, you're supposed to teach. You're supposed to teach people. You don't supposed to hold it in.
Yeah, we know.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you whatever. If it's the truth, I'm going to tell you. If it's a story tell, I'm going to nod my head and say, man, I ain't going to say that. I'm not going to tell you no lie.
So Hen, when can we get a tour, man, of the museum?
Gwen Walker Museum?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It's not open.
When would it be open?
Let's be honest. Remember we was talking about earlier how the West Side look now?
Yeah.
Downtown used to look 20 times worse.
Okay.
So all that money that they took from our community have now built downtown.
Yeah.
Summerlin.
I heard
Green Valley.
I heard the original plan for Container Park was supposed to be for the West Side.
The one they call it the 100 plan. Y'all heard that?
Yeah.
100 plan?
Yeah.
No. See, that used to be the 25-year plan when I was in elementary. 25-year plan was to build up the West Side.
Yes.
Okay.
They look behind schedule.
Oh, they've been there.
Because they keep from my understanding, they keep taking the visions for the West Side and taking them to.
That's how.
So the vision for Container Park was supposed to be for the West Side.
So who's the city councilman?
So was this museum supposed to be before the mob museum?
Yes. The mob museum, all this was way before the mob museum. Like I was just telling you.
That's some cold shit.
Everything we supposed to have, they done took it and
That's what I'm
rebuilt
saying,
it in
it's like-
the Smith Center. The Smith Center,
It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
that's the West Side
Supposed to be the
plan.
West Side plan. Yeah.
Dang.
The F Street where you see all that action at,
Yeah.
that was Jackson Street movement plan. Everything we had created. That's why I was telling you earlier. When all the mentors we had on the West Side started helping all the kids, the cheerleaders, the dance groups. Now they all across town, and you got to pay for it. And for our kids to join it, you got to pay that $75 a week.
Yeah.
But on the West Side, it didn't cost you nothing. Or if it cost you something, it cost you a little bit.
Yeah.
Let me give you this one. We just had Juneteenth, right? Mm-hmm. What event was in the West Side?
And it was so many I didn't even.
On the West Side.
Lorenzi Park. They do Lorenzi Park
On
this
the
year?
West Side. No, Lorenzi Park.
take
I
Lorenzi.
did Lorenzi Park on June 18th.
Then there was none.
Thank you. Black History Month was what? The 4th February?
Yeah.
1st through 28th.
What did you see on the West Side that told you it was Black History Month?
Nothing.
Nothing.
But you saw McCurdy and them on the strip lighting up the signs talking about Black History Month.
Shit. Even when what's the Hispanic holiday? They did a lot for them.
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
You see them. You see our leaders, don't you? They right there. But when it come to us, they ain't in no photos. They ain't around us.
Shit. We even drinking green beer for St. Patrick's Day.
Not I.
You know,
You know what I'm saying? Green beer and Palomino?
we have people that don't know nothing about us.
Yeah.
You know, Cedric don't know nothing about black people. McCurdy Jr., he too young and he kind of stubborn.
Yeah.
He kind of very stubborn and if he got to wake up soon, because he think he gonna be there long, he ain't gonna be there that long. Because you think those senior citizens gonna keep bagging you up. They see you at Cinco de Mayo. They see you at the Irish pubs, but they don't see you in their community.
Yeah.
See, what we have to do, we talking about the young people's voting.
Yeah.
And they don't want to vote. Because they figure they don't have no reason to vote.
Yeah.
Because of the leaders we done had. But how many of y'all look up to them leaders we done had?
None. I don't know any. I wouldn't say any leader that's been in office that my peers looked up to.
So say for instance, you got the NAACP. Something happened to you, could you go to them?
No.
ACU, could you go? ACUL, could you go to them?
No, they ain't no different in the sorority either, or fraternity.
That's what I'm saying. So we don't have anything we can go to no more. Now, let's be real. If you push the button, you'll be surprised.
Yeah.
If you push the brothers just a little more, you might get something that you ain't expecting. And it's getting to that point. It's not long. It's a short fuse.
Yeah.
And anytime, if you make them push that button, you'll see a whole new different.
So Hen Hen, you done worked with a lot of youth. You so you might have had to deal with kids that had ADD, and it's been bothering me like for the last at least 20 minutes that I didn't see that bottle of Clorox sprayer over there. Cause this mic though, man, this mic been giving me the blues, man. I don't know who was here earlier, but man, this mic smell bad. Like this mic smell terrible, man. That's why I'm sitting kind of the way I'm sitting, cause this mic just stank, bro. And I know it ain't me. My hygiene is like A1. So like my ADD, like I kind of zone in and out on some parts, man. So I kind of missed a little bit of the history lesson and some of the math you was throwing out there. But man, like you done had to deal with kids with ADD before, right? I'm sure, right? Yeah. So you just got to be a little more patient with them, right?
Let me ask you a question. See, when we grew up, we didn't have computers, right?
Typewriters.
We had typewriters. Mm-hmm. That ADA kid know all about computers. He know all about computers until they drop that pill on him.
Oh,
when they drop that pill on him, he's into a whole new world. Now, watch this.
You gotta start giving the homie the pill.
You having first year teachers coming out of Idaho, Wyoming, to come teach at Matt Kelly.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna work.
No.
But you have a black lady who been a teacher for 40 years teaching at Palo Verde. Very smart, educated. But you send us your weak, and we send you our strong.
Okay.
See?
Well, we got to do a part 2, man. We got to do a part 2. This was good.
Let's bring another friend in here.
The history lessons, like we need these.
Brother Hen, man, for the people that's going to want to get in contact with you, how can they? Where can the people find you at?
Black Planet.
I'm in the same spot. I'm on the west side. I'm on the west side, man. Look, 702-427-3726. I'm a dog catcher for life. Give a shout out to Pierre Wells. We just buried him Saturday. May he rest in peace. Pierre,
Respect.
Pierre was a state champion in everything he done. At once upon a time, he was the fastest human being in Las Vegas.
Wow.
He got 2 state titles in football. He probably got 3 state titles in track and field.
Yeah.
But what Pierre was good at, he was a mentor.
That's what's up.
He was the kind of person that he would take you and what you want to do.
Lose weight.
I guarantee you it'd be off in 1 week if you was messing with Pierre.
That's cool.
Not that one. Not the one you pointing at.
No. Pierre, that's good living.
That's crazy.
Hey, take some of this, son.
That's good living. Hey, as I told him when I walked in here, I said, Ben, you big man. I said, that's good. I said, but if you was skinny, they'll be talking about you. You see what I'm saying? But let me tell y'all what I do.
That's some nerve, don't you, brother?
See this right here?
Just like he got done playing in the treehouse.
This is Henry's amazing oil.
Yeah,
man.
This oil here is strictly for pain.
Numb your whole body.
If you got neck pain, knee pain, elbow pain, quit taking them pills that's messing up your kidney, your liver, and all that good stuff, and use Henry's amazing oil.
Your ring a cure.
Yeah.
Fellas, where can they find y'all at, man?
Skinny Junior 777 on Instagram, man. Code 7 on YouTube. View 7 Network on YouTube.
Young Al Bunny on YouTube. Boy, that's not what I'm trying yet. Young Al Bunny on Twitter and IG. Young Al Bunny. That's YUNG_Al_Bunny. You can also catch me on View 7 Network on YouTube.
My cheesy.
Comedian Macho, Instagram, and the Twitter. And I might make a resurgence on Black Planet. Macho 5050 on Black Planet.
You can find me on Twitter at Just Call Me Spence. That's JUS Call Me Spence. I've been getting cussed out all week. That's SPENC. You can follow the podcast.
Nigga start sweating when he talking to you.
I'm a product of your calories. You can find the podcast page on Twitter at Views from the 7, on Instagram at Views from the _7, and on Facebook at Views from the 7. We up out of here next week.